Good morning, everyone. It is day 2 of Big Bad Con, and I just realized in the middle of this video, through the hustle and bustle of just like traveling and moving around so much, that I've completely forgotten that I wanted to talk about a thing. Like, I was supposed to be talking about a topic or a theme or something like that for this video, aside from just like sharing with you my travels and sharing with you, like, you know, all the hijinks I go through with my friends. But first, I'm gonna eat the other half of my sandwich as I'm talking to you, so that way we can share this experience together. And nom 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 nom. Because we're at Big Bad Con, I thought the most appropriate topic to talk about would be networking. So we're talking about people who could potentially get you a job, people who could potentially connect you with someone else who could maybe get you a job. And by job, I mean, like, this could be a writing gig, it could be like, you know, if you're trying to pitch to a publisher, maybe you have like a pitch in mind, or, you know, maybe it's something that's like more full-time. So instead of freelance, it's maybe like something that's like a more full-time job. So those are the 3 sort of buckets I'm just going to go over, and I think I'm just going to talk about my experience with each of them. I'm going to just like give a whole lot of like anecdotal stuff, so take what you will. Some of the stuff might not apply to you. If it doesn't apply to you, then just ignore it. But if it does apply to you, if it does feel right, then that's cool. You can go ahead and use it and see if it helps. Even though it's the next day, it's still like really good. Also, I need to get water. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is freelance. So when it comes to like gigs, right? Like, we're talking about like getting a gig, getting a writing gig, getting like a short-term contract type of deal. Going to conventions is great, right? Like, you're going to meet a lot of people, you're going to like get a bunch of business cards, you're going to like, you know, put a face to a name, all of that stuff. However, the other way of networking, if you're not going to a convention, is using social media. I've said this before, I know, I said it in a previous video, but I think that social media is really important because, you know, that's how people sort of connect. Like, that's how you can like follow up with people, and that's how you can like maintain that connection. And also, you know, you could be promoting other people's stuff, they could be promoting your stuff, and from there, people will see your things, the things that you make. And I think that from there, like, people will either reach out to you, or you can reach out directly to you know, someone who is looking for writers or someone who's looking for illustrators. Say, for example, you see something like on social media where someone's like, hey, I'm looking for a writer. You can respond to that message, and, you know, on Twitter or, you know, whatever social media platform you use, and you can go ahead and say like, hey, like, I might fit this description. There are also TTRPG jobs that you can find on LinkedIn, and you can also find them through Facebook. So there are Facebook groups for this as well, but those are also for more full-time jobs. So I'll stick to this topic for now, which is just like finding writing gigs, short-term gigs. So the great thing about short-term gigs is that they actually help you develop your skills, so you get better at writing, and also like learning how to work within, you know, a short timeline, like a short deadline, and trying to like manage expectations with the client. Afterwards, depending on what the contract says, maybe it's like, you know, X amount of cents per word or X amount of dollars per hour, then you just like get paid out and the job is done. So once it's done, that can go into your resume. You can add that to like your list of things that you've done in the past. And as that list grows, you can, like, you know, send it to someone else and show it to other people to prove that you have done all of this work. And it's sort of like a snowball effect, right? Like, once you've completed one job, then it's like, okay, like, I know that I can do the same thing with another job. Well, maybe not exactly the same thing, but you can definitely like work on other projects. You can, like, you know, take on other projects because you have that confidence instilled in you that, you know, you have done this thing, you've finished the thing, so now you can finish another thing. And as you get more and more jobs, people are going to reach out to you. People are going to directly maybe DM you, maybe email you and be like, hey, like, can you work on my thing and I'll pay you X amount. So that's sort of how it worked for me when I was starting out, where I got a couple of gigs and I continued to write. I continued to, like, you know, ask for friends if they needed a writer, if they needed, like, you know, someone to do a short adventure for them, a little bit of lore for them. And from there, that went into mechanics. I started doing mechanics work, started doing like all this other stuff. And so That's how you sort of build out your portfolio. All right, I'm gonna finish my sandwich, I'm gonna go run my game, and then later on in this video, like later on down the line, I'm gonna talk about pitching to publishers. I started my day by getting ready for my first game, which luckily was on the back of my badge. Big Bad Con does a great job of having everything organized so that way you can find your room easily. And Big Bad Con actually gives each game its own hotel room. I feel like I've been walking down this hallway for a very long time trying to find my room. It's very creepy, but eventually I'll find it, I'm sure. What? Why did they give me this room? This is really funny. This is actually really funny. I love this. I ran Kraken Below, which is a comedic game based off of the reality TV show Below Deck. Just finished running my game. How amazing is this? You get like a whole room. A whole room. This was my table. I just cleaned it up for the next team so the next table can enjoy their time and it's all clean and all good. After that, I met up with some friends and we quickly went downtown to go get some lunch. I had a great time, mostly because I was meeting a lot of people that I haven't seen in a very long time, and also just meeting up with new friends who I really connected on a professional level. About to do a panel.
Panel time.
Hello.
Panel time.
Panel time. Yeah.
Yeah, come to a panel.
Yeah. Wait, what are we doing again? I forgot.
This is the Harbor Room.
Yes.
Harbor Room at 3 p.m., which is in like 2 minutes.
Yes, right now.
Yeah.
No.
That would be $10 per minute.
Oh, $10? I will give you $500 for it. Oh.
Oh wait, I'm in it.
Oh, hi. If you're at Big Bad Con, you might have seen this pumpkin with weird teeth flying around. To give you all some context, during that meeting that I had with hunters, I gifted Knox a set of acrylic teeth. They're fake. And he decided to put them onto a pumpkin that he was going to gift to me, and he started drawing on them, and that's where the pumpkins came from. We just passed it down to one person, and then that person passed it to another person, and so on and so forth. And now there's a pumpkin that's just roaming around Big Bad Con being handed down from one person to another. It's definitely cursed. I am a curse.
Almost from here, let's
Whoever touches the pumpkin.
give it to someone. Like Spencer tricked you into taking it.
Oh, I'll trick someone, alright.
I'm already done that.
What do you mean don't worry about it?
Why are you asking so many questions about the pumpkin? Like,
We're going to another panel.
panel time.
Yay, where's Elise? Woo! Elise is also coming to our panel. Hello.
I'm
Hey.
a Joe. This is a pro. Welcome to Pros and Joes.
Hello, welcome to our show. Aaron. We are kicking out the other panel. Panel number 2. Are we on panel number 2?
We're on panel number 2.
In preparation for the POC dinner that night, Danny and I obviously had to make some TikToks, so this is what we did. I had to change the music out to make it royalty-free music. We are ready to go to dinner. Look at how fancy we look. Oh my god, we look so cute. So excited. The POC dinner is an event that gets held every year at Big Bad Con. Obviously, this is like the big return, so we're very excited for it. It's a great time to meet other POC in the industry and also just get a chance to talk to people and have a little bit of like a prom night. So before my day gets swamped with more stuff, I wanted to talk a little bit about publishers. Earlier I was talking about socializing, networking in 3 different buckets. So the second bucket is publishers, how to meet them, how to talk to them, what should you prepare for. So publishers, if you are talking to a publisher, most likely you're trying to pitch a game to them. And if not, then if you're looking for work, then rewind like a few minutes beforehand. But if you are looking for a publisher to pitch your game to, the best thing to do is prepare maybe some slides, maybe some papers, maybe something to like summarize what your game is about, and so that way you are prepared to show them what your game is. And so a lot of the publishers, they go to a lot of these events, especially at Big Bad Con, there are networking events, and when you're there, you might have your game ready. You can probably have a summary on one page that you can share with the publisher, and if they're interested, they might ask to playtest your game. And this is a great time because like if it's in real life, then you can playtest your game in real life, or you might follow up with them, playtest it online, and see how things go. If they like your game, then they might ask for a little bit of tweaking. They might ask if it's okay to give feedback. If they don't like your game, then they might still give you feedback, but they'll also probably refer you to another publisher that might be a better fit. Or they'll just say like, no, not right now, but come back like maybe a couple of years or something like that. In board games and card games, there's something called publisher speed dating that happens frequently at a lot of these conventions. And so you can sign up for them online. There's like an events page where you can just sign up for them. It happens at Gen Con frequently as well. So if you're there, you might want to sign up for something like that. Unpub does something like that. There are several different organizations that do stuff like that. For TTRPGs, it's a little bit trickier because they don't necessarily have something like that. There's no like publisher speed dating where you just like meet a whole bunch of publishers, give them your pitch, move on to the next one. It's like 10 minutes at a time. Instead, you probably have to go to like a networking event. So one of the great things about Big Bad Con is that they have a POC meet and greet where you can get paired up with other people and you can attempt to pitch your game to them and tell them, hey, this is what I have. Would you be interested in trying it out? And maybe publishing it and maybe picking it up. So what if you can't make it to a convention like this at Big Bad Con? Well, there are definitely ways that you can meet people online. You can definitely look on social media to see if publishers, specific publishers, are looking for pitches. So to do that, all you have to do is just like follow them on social media, on Twitter, or whatever, and make sure that you're following them regularly. Maybe hit that bell and see if they are looking for pitches. Also, checking their website regularly, checking to make sure that they have open submissions. Sometimes they have like an email contact that you can just email directly to and say like, hey, this is my thing. Would you be interested? And just like sending them a note and hopefully they respond back. Now, quick note, some people have been asking me if we are taking pitches, and unfortunately we are not. The pandemic has sort of made things very unstable, so we are a little bit nervous about taking new pitches, and we just don't want to make promises to anyone that we can't keep. And so at this point in time, Game and a Curry is not taking pitches. So just want to let everyone know. All right, so I have an interview to do now with Dicebreaker, so I'm gonna go over and do that now. It is Saturday at the convention, and I just finished doing an interview with Dicebreaker, and now I'm gonna have breakfast with some friends before doing a panel. So today is another packed day. Very excited for Big Bad Con. I'm always excited for Big Bad Con. I love this convention. This is like actually my favorite convention. So highly recommend checking it out. I had a quick little breakfast date with my friend and co-designer Sailor Scout Austin before going to my next panel. We're doing a panel. Hello.
Hello.
Panel time.
I just, on camera, I just want to say how awesome it is to be with people who are so much smarter and more talented than me.
Oh my god. Just finished my photo shoot. Now I'm going to go back to my room and I'm gonna get ready for the next thing. You might be wondering what this is. This is an air purifier. I just like had it on me. So I've been like keeping this in all of our rooms and stuff when we do games. We're about to do a meet and greet. Meet and greet, yay. All right, here we go. Rolling into the networking thing.
Literally.
Yeah. Gonna meet so many people. The meet and greet was very hectic, but I'm glad that I still got a chance to meet all the people that I wanted to see. Hi everyone, it is Banana from the future, and it has been about 2 or 3 weeks after Big Bad Con. I just wanted to intercept here because the video is getting quite long, so I'm gonna pause it right here and I'm gonna wrap everything up in the final part of this vlog sometime next week, hopefully. I will upload it, and that'll be the last part of this series. Big Bad Con was a lot of fun, and I think in the last part we're going to be traveling over to Santa Cruz, so you see a little bit of that as well, see a little bit of Halloween, and it'll be a lot of fun. It's just me, Knox, Fab, Aaron, us traveling all the way to Santa Cruz right after Big Bad Con and doing our stuff there. So if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe and follow along in our journey. And with that, I will see you all next week. Bye!